Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your monthly read for October. And I know if you've been with me for quite some time that you haven't seen me post anything for you for quite the little moment. I looked into it. I think you actually didn't even get for the month of August. So your latest one was in July, which is crazy since I'm reading for October. It doesn't feel that long, but I've had a lot of technical issues. There's been a lot of upgrades, and long story short, I'm back, and let's just continue. If you hear my little boy in the background, you know that he's safe and sound and doing his thing. Okay, so think about it like 6 weeks into the future. Mainly for the month of October, we're going to start with an overall energy, a general energy. Ooh, 7 heavenly virtues. And then we're gonna clarify. And at the end, we're gonna have your angels come out with some messages. 7 heavenly virtues. This is gorgeous. I want to show you. And let me just look at it. It's like it's raining opportunities, raining manifestation. I think you've unlocked a little bathroom break. I do apologize for that. So we have, it's like you've unlocked something within yourself, Aquarius. I mean, this particular moment, we have actually moved back into Capricorn for a bit, meaning Pluto. So like it's almost like a lift off from you, although it's not. But like, okay, long story short, it's almost like you have a little bit of a window right now, even though we have eclipses and we have like there's a lot of things happening that can like really intensify the energy. I for sure have felt it. I have days where I'm just like I can't get anything done because there's so much going on like energetically, if that makes sense. And so like the fatigue is really, really high. And so I really have to ground myself a lot and like really work with the energies to get basically anything done. And maybe you feel that as well, Capricorn, because I talked about that was in the slip. Well, it's never not a slip. So maybe there's a connection there with you in Capricorn. Maybe you have something in your chart about the Capricorn. I know you're Aquarius. There's still though like a little bit of a window, like we've lifted the energy. It's like we lifted the rock or lifted the lid off of your. It's not so intensified now as it will be after like come November, December. So there's something in this moment in time where it's like so beneficial for you in terms of manifestation, like bringing things to the forefront, bringing things in, bringing things from dream to reality. It's raining opportunities. Like it's just, it's raining opportunities. Those are stars that just keeps falling. It might even be that you've seen these like in real life. Like you see a lot of phenomena in the skies right now. Okay, we're gonna go deeper here. I was gonna see like a blend with like we don't really know where you start and the universe ends. Like there's a blend in this, whether you're a woman or a man, whatever clothing preference. Like this dress is just it's sort of seeping into the universe, and the universe is seeping into you. So like there's no real, I would express it as like it's a sort of very common expression lately, and I don't think that people really understand what they're saying, but the veil is thinning, meaning that there's easier for us to connect with other dimensions, and it's easier for other dimensions to connect with us. Like it's not so much that the veil, like something has been lifted or like they remove something away from us. It's just basically that we are coming higher up frequency wise, vibrationally wise, and other dimensions or other galactic being, multi beings, multi universe beings, actually can connect with us easier. And I feel like you're doing that, even if it's just, I don't want to say like just like it's not that big of a deal, because it is a big of a deal. You're flying at night. So if you're not feeling this in your daytime, you might be doing a lot of flying at nighttime. And your dreams might have like really enhanced lately. Remembering your dreams, having premonitions. Yeah, it could really have strengthened your dreams a lot there. Like a big connection with the universe. Okay, going deeper into the message, what do we have? I feel like there's an unsettling energy with me. I feel like a little bit unsure when I speak, and it's not because there's an not clear message. There's a, let's see what that is about, and let's see if that comes forward. There's like an unsettling energy here that sort of, it's almost like it's interrupting me constantly, and I feel like, should I start over with this video? Like, no, that's not it. I should not start over. It feels like I'm stumbling or fumbling a little bit with my words. Maybe that's something you recognize in yourself right now, or that there's something going on, or that you feel a certain interruption in your life right now in certain areas. It's not with you all the time, but at times it just shows up as an interruptive energy. It's a little bit weird, I have to say. We're going to feel into it. We're going to see what that is about. Okay, going deeper into the message. What do we have for Aquarius for the month of October, please? Control. Control. I think actually Capricorn had that as well. Move. We're moving on up. I even think that Capricorn's reading, I think that the title I put was moving on. We have 7, 8, so it's a clear process going on right now. This is the ascension of the heart. Like you're literally, that's what I'm talking about, the thinning of the veil. Like you literally are moving on up, like you're getting into higher frequency, higher vibration, which allows for you then to connect more easily with other dimensions. Dedicated effort, and that's the second number, 8. So that's really powerful. Like 8 is all about the power and strength, endless opportunities. Yeah, really strong. Okay, and then we're gonna just have a couple more cards from another deck and then really get into it. Soulmates. Ooh. And why? Similar energy here. Very existential card, asking the big questions. Soulmate. There might be a soulmate encounter. I feel like there's one more. Community. Another number 8. Wow. Another number 8. So you might strongly see 8s everywhere, like 8 or 88 or 888. If those numbers come up, that's actually like the strongest. Like there's no other sequence of numbers in 888. That's the most powerful you can get. So it's like you really are in your power. You really are a powerhouse right now. You really are manifesting left and right. You probably are in the most challenging time of your life and in the most rewarding time of your life, if that makes any sense. It's probably like you're facing bigger tasks, you're facing bigger changes, bigger choices. You're seeking deeper meaning. It's like it's all these things going on simultaneously, but it's probably really rewarding. It probably has never been as rewarding as it is now. It's really powerful. It's really like strong. It's a strong energy circling around you at this time. So beneficial energy there. Okay, so let's get into I'm drawn to the why first. So this is very much like asking who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? What is my plan? Like, what do I truly want? And the why question can be in terms of work, in terms of your health, in terms of relationships, like just your place in the world. And I know for a lot of people, because there's a big chunk of the collective that is really drawn to drama and conflict and big changes right now. Personally, I'm not seeing too much of that. I'm more sort of feeling into the energy of a greater shift, but not too much conflict going on, actually. So whatever you resonate with, whatever sort of whatever camp you're hanging out with, it's for your sake to really question who you are and then strip away what you're not. So like asking, are you still in alignment with the work that you're doing? The work that you're doing on an everyday, like you wake up and even if it's not like a 9 to 5 work situation, the thing that you do every day, is that in alignment with yourself? Like, is that really right for you to continue to do? Like, really ask yourself. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You probably are asking these questions. Or if you're in a situation, let's say for instance, for work-wise, maybe you feel like you're in the right field, you're in the right place, but can we tweak it? Can we change it up? Can we, crystallize it a little bit more to make it more purposeful? Like all these questions are probably going on a lot for you. And if this is around the relationships, it's the same thing. Like, what really does the relationship bring to the table? What do you bring to the relationship? And that can be both like a romantic partnership. We can have family members. We can have friends, coworkers, like that you really are looking at everything right now. And we have the moving on up with the heart. So there's an ascension going on. There's another word that I'm not really fond of because we're just throwing these words out there and soon enough, like we don't even understand what they mean anymore. We just hear about them, but like, what does it really mean for you? So there's a climbing, there's an I almost want to call it like an education of the heart. Like you really are stretching your heart right now. You're putting yourself in situations where you really get to open that heart up, really feel into things going on, truly be your most empathetic self, and also listen to what your heart wants. Just like this why question, like these are very intertwined. Like it's like, okay, you can't just sort of go on doing your everyday life if it doesn't serve, like if your heart's not in it, if the heart is not in the right place, like you're just not interested in it anymore, is what it feels like. We have the soulmate on the table, and this can also be like about tying the knot. So however that looks for you, whether you're in a relationship or not, if you're single and you're actually looking for a person, or you're already in a committed relationship, this is about like taking that next step. So if you're single and you're looking for a person, this is you coming together with that person. If you're already in a committed relationship, this is you like making the next step, like making a commitment. But the first commitment that you're making, and that's really important right now, is the commitment to yourself, to your own heart. But it's the first indication of like, we're diving deeper into some sort of relationship here. And we're going to return to that. The control actually jumped out first, but I wasn't drawn to speak about it first. But there's a situation here where it really serves you. Okay, so I feel like you feel that sometimes things are moving a little bit too fast. And it's interesting. I had a personal reading with a person today that we talked just about this. So maybe she's even an Aquarius. The fact that things move so quickly, like it's just such a fast pace. It's such an opening right now. And you're asking these deeper meaning questions. You're asking the why, the who, the what, the when, the where, and like the existential questions. And as you ask those questions, you're going to get answers, and you're going to continue to open that heart of yours, and you're going to continue to climb that ladder, that vibrational ladder. And so you're going to start to see more and more of yourself, like more and more of your authentic version, the truest version, the most divine version of yourself that's out there. And like, are you ready to really step into that version of yourself? And when sometimes it can feel like, oh my goodness, like what's going to happen? A lot of us has, like, in previous lifetimes, we've been burned at the stake. We've been taken off this planet for knowing too much. Like, as soon as you're in some sort of leading edge, forefront leader position, knowing things, and it's not the mainstream stuff. It's not the sheep stuff, meaning not expensive sheep, but like not cheap, but sheep, like as the animal. Like we're not a herd. We're not a sheep flock of sheeps that just sheep flock of sheep that are just doing everything else that we're supposed to do. This is when you have like outside of the box thoughts. This is when you're pushing for an Aquarius. I mean, you're the inventor. You're the freedom seeker. You're the one that's going to get probably like the most heckled because you're the most out there. Makes sense? So, okay. So the situation here is that you're in such a place of so much moving forward. There's so much that just clicks into place right now that it can become a little bit scary. And then your control tries to come in and shut that down a little bit. It can be you're hurting in your hips, you're hurting in your knees, because the body starts to talk about like, hey, we're moving too fast. Or there can be like a fear of, is this going to go too fast? If I open up to my full capacity, what's going to happen then? Am I like out of here, or like what's going to happen? So just sort of check in with yourself every once in a while. I don't feel like a self-sabotage thing going on here. I just feel like you just want to be on board for whatever's going on right now. You want to have a say in the speed of things, okay? And that's a good thing. And yeah, just check in with yourself there. We have dedicated effort and we have community. And so all these three are 8s. So it's such a strong energy. Like it's just, I actually don't even have words for it. The place that you're in right now. So if you haven't, this is for October, give or take 6 weeks into the future. If you haven't started to feel this energy just yet, which I think probably is almost weird if you haven't felt it, you're going to start to feel it. It's just a feeling of, and it can be overwhelming even at times. It's almost like you're getting charged. Or intuitive hits, left and right intuitive hits, opportunities coming in a speed that just, it rains opportunities. And if you sit there right now going, I don't know, I haven't seen all these opportunities, but you're tired out of your ears. You can be tired out of your ears. I heard that. Then it's because you're resisting it a little bit. If you can just sort of allow, and then there's strong control. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is too much. This is too easy. This is too good. This is too good to be true. To just try to sit with it and say, okay, I allow for this. That you asked for this. This is your moment. This is when you're in your most authentic truth than you've ever been. I don't care if you're 25 or 75. This is like the moment you've been waiting for. And so, yeah, dedicated effort. This is like something you've been wanting. There's a second actually indication of a really beautiful relationship. There's a relationship really coming through here. So if you're looking for really a romantic partnership right now, I am not super drawn to like a business partnership, or like it's a strong romantic partnership that's coming through. If you're looking for love, the month of October, definitely towards the end of the year, is your time to actually meet someone. And I think whether you have really on purpose tried to meet someone, or on purpose like wanted to have that true partnership with someone, or not, I feel like when you meet them, it's a feeling of, I've always been looking for you. even if you haven't looked for them. It's like a feeling of like, where you been all my life, you know? And there's a coming home. It's a coming home feeling with someone. This can also, if this is not like a relationship, if you're not seeking a relationship, or you're already in a committed relationship and you know that's not what we're talking about here, it might be resonating more for you when it comes to like work, or wanting to establish something, wanting to establish yourself in the world, like put yourself on the map, make yourself be seen. Maybe you've been hiding out a little bit. You can even have like a really like high up position in a company, or a really prominent, like, meaning it doesn't mean that you've hidden under a rock or people don't know about you, but still it feels like you've hidden away, maybe hidden away your talents, or like your energy, like your power, your fire, your power, your energy has been sort of tucked under a little bit, and now it's like time to come out. It's time to really step into that. And I think you've just sort of kept at it, even if you haven't really understood what you've kept at. Like what is it that you have been going for? Even if that is not clear, whatever you are, or whatever you've been sort of moving towards, is now opening up. Like your effort has paid off. Your struggles have paid off. Your illnesses has paid off. Your really like crap relationships has paid off. Like, because I don't want to make it sound like you've done something really easy, or like you did this education and now we're reaping the rewards. It can just be life, that you've gone through life. I want to say dark night of the soul type of stuff. You've gone through some educational things called life, and because of your dedicated effort, you just kept at it. You have now reached your destination. There is no destination, but you know what I mean. Like you're now in this really beautiful energy of opening up for a lot of things to start to come in. We have community. This is both. So I'm getting, this is interesting because today I'm getting both, like from the angle or from the perspective of the person that has you've outgrown a place and you're being moved to something different now. And I'm also seeing, like, so I'm seeing the bigger giraffe there, right? And then we have the young cub. I don't even know what the giraffe's baby is called. And so we're looking at it from two perspectives. One perspective is whatever you have done up until this point, like, is over and done with. Like, you're so over and done with your old life that it's almost like we have a clean slate. It's like, okay, so that's done. That was that. And you moved, literally, you're too big for your environment. It's just old news, as Abraham would say. It's just old news. Everything up until now is old news, and you're just not interested in it anymore. And I think you very naturally, organically are being moved to new places, new environments, new people, new opportunities. Like, those opportunities are raining in. And I think you're here for it. I think you're not sort of, well, some of you guys are blocking it a little bit. And if you're blocking it, like I am doing sometimes, you'll get the tiredness. You get so tired because you're blocking it's almost like you are the Niagara Falls. If you imagine yourself being the Niagara Falls, like, that's the type of power that you're coming with. And then you block yourself with something. Just imagine the Niagara Falls trying to get through somewhere, and you just sort of you put something in front of it. Like, that's going to be like a huge impact, and you're going to feel that impact, and you might not die, or you might not cause an illness, but you may feel really tired. So it's in your best interest to really try to get into that flow, like learn to ride the wave rather than crash through it. And then we have the young perspective. It's like you're coming from a little bit of both places right now. You haven't fully moved out of the old community, the old way of living, you might even be in the midst of move. between work, between homes, between relationships, between old version, new version of yourself, ascension of the heart. You might feel it all. So you might come from two perspectives. Obviously, you're going to come from 100 perspectives because you're not limited only to two ones. But it might feel like you have like one foot in the old and one foot in the new. And so you're taking like the outdated perspective and the new perspective. I don't want to call you naive because you didn't come from a really naive place, because I feel like Aquarius, you come really far, but you come from a place of like, yeah, sort of just dealing with stuff, everyday stuff. And now you're sort of taking control over it. You're in charge of your life now. And it's from a very fresh perspective. It's new and young in the sense that it's with fresh eyes. Like we're coming in hot from the fresh, young eyes. And I think you're here for it. You're finding your new crowd, your new people, new opportunities to just match so much the new version of who you are. And then we have soulmates. Soulmates. I think we're just going to pull some cards on this. Eight. Yeah, there's a lot of power and a lot of strength. And then we have soulmates, and we have all those hearts there. Like we have elevated the heart now. And it's the same. Look at the resting. So this is like two people resting with it, like such comfort with each other. Like I'm here to completely be myself. I'm here to completely be myself. We can rest in each other's arms. Like there's no hierarchy. There's no better or worse. There's no, like, it's a very even playing field here. And we just got each other. And the same thing here. It's almost like the same, like we're leaning towards each other. It's almost the same way of showing it, because those are two, like they are just leaning in towards each other as well. Like we got each other. I'm here for you. You're here for me. It's like, yeah, we have a key there. The key is some sort of key is gonna show up. Maybe a key is even a sign. You're starting to see keys everywhere, which is like the sign for meeting this person. Okay, I'm just gonna pull a couple cards on the soulmate there. Can we say anything or deepen the message of the soulmates? We have around the soulmates for Aquarius, please. Solar plexus chakra. This is just so beautiful because it just talks about trust. It talks about finally meeting a person that you're worthy of. It doesn't mean that you weren't worthy before, but I think you might have sold yourself short a little bit, like tuning into relationships that didn't really serve you in the end. Of course, every relationship has their purpose, has their blah, blah, blah. I think you know what I mean. This time it's just coming from it's a place of feeling, when you meet this person, there's no feeling of like I'm lesser than, or even that I've so much further than they are. It's like we're equals. We're the same. We're one and the same. And you feel worthy of this. Like you're in this place of feeling worthy, and therefore you can attract a relationship. It's just going to add on to that worthiness. And the same thing for them. Like have so much to give, Aquarius, to another person. And maybe also with and I'm completely generalizing now, a typical Aquarian personality would not seek the deepest commitment because you're like seeking so much of your freedom. So unless you feel free within the relationship, it's like, I'm out of here. Obviously you're more complex than just you have so much like in your chart. You're such a complex setup, you know, you're not just one thing. And I think that, but in order for you to really feel free in a relationship, it has to be on such even, you just have to be allowed to be 100% you, or you feel a little bit like locked in, and then it's going to die out quickly. This is also a lot of like creativity. Number 3, they're having a lot of fun, celebratory, just really beautiful connection there with this person. Okay, we're gonna ask the angels. Do you have anything extra, any additional? Yes. Get more information. Get more information. There's something better. Get more information. There's something better. So the feeling I get around this, I mean, I get like the Merkaba, a lot of sacred geometry, a lot of like looking into the setup of who you are. You might even like go on a, like down the rabbit hole of like really figuring yourself out, because you're asking the big questions. You're coming more and more into your own power, to your own like fullest potential, truly. And in doing so, you might really get interested in all these sacred geometry, the setup of who you are, the tones, the frequency, the like all of it. And I think this is just like get more information. It's just like a deep dive into who you are. And there's something better. Like we really are coming into, if you sold yourself short, or you held yourself like to a lower standard than who you are, it's almost like you've lived this whole parallel life, maybe for the sake of just having contrast to what you're now supposed to live. I don't ever think that anything has gone wrong, or anything needs fixing in that way. Like this is so broken, we need to fix it. But I believe wholeheartedly in contrast and figuring out like, how do I best come to my fullest potential? Well, we can try to get to the lowest of the low of the opposition of that. And it feels like that's what you've been trying to do, like to really figure out how deep can one person go without wiping yourself off of this planet type of search. And then as you release that resistance, or you release that opposition to the light, it's just such a flow of light coming online, and almost like starting to learn how to walk again. If someone has had an accident and you have to start to learn how to walk and talk and eat and speak and all of it, you can obviously do that, but it feels like you're almost trying yourself out in this new way. There's so much more waiting for you, like so much beauty here. And apparently the kickoff, if you haven't already had the kickoff, you resonate with this, or you're like, yeah, I see it. I recognize it. I see the things have started to really work in my favor. It's not just on a ethereal level anymore. It's physical evidence. Proof that this is moving in the right direction to your benefit, for your benefit, or to your liking, I should say, because everything probably is to your benefit, but like you really like what you see and feel. And it's just going to keep getting better. Okay, I love this for you, Aquarius. This is such a powerful reading. I mean, looking good. It's looking really good. 7 heavenly virtues. It's not 1 heavenly virtue, it's 7. That's what I have. Thank you so much for being here, for watching my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really serves me a lot. Thank you so much, guys.